We are Hellicar and Lewis, and our latest project is an installation for 1.0 and CircusFest, which will be taking place at the Roundhouse.
This project came about from the Roundhouse really initially approaching us with their Circus Festival, which is an annual event, obviously focusing on radical, innovative, contemporary circus and trying to challenge conventions of what that could be. So there's a similarity in approach in terms of what we do with a lot of our activities. And they wanted to do something extra to the event, so we talked about doing an installation, potentially, dealing with the idea of performance and obviously linked into the contemporary circus kind of festival. So we both agreed to do that, and we wanted to commission a new interactive installation, which would happen in the foyer, which would enable the audiences and indeed passers-by to the Roundhouse to get involved with the act of performance. And so we commissioned Hellicar and Lewis to come up with an interactive installation based on those themes.
It was interesting to work with a new partner, the Roundhouse, who were really open-minded to the idea and really supportive and keen to collaborate both with 1.0 and Hellicar and Lewis.
We've never done anything with circus before. We haven't particularly worked with the Roundhouse, I don't think, in the past. And as a pure opportunity to commission a new piece of work and reach new audiences, that kind of is the perfect package for us.
We chose to work with Hellicar and Lewis because they've already demonstrated quite a lot of expertise in the area of interactive installations, but also public live installations.
The first project that we started on was a fashion show, which was kind of more of a happening rather than a fashion show. And we created film and
a whole set.
We created a film, a set, and then we choreographed the whole thing.
But then that was great because that led to B-Store commissioning us, and then that's when we did our first shop window installation there. And then I think that was the thing that really crystallised for us the way we like to work, which is we like to create a system and then allow people to explore that. A really good example of that is the project that we did for the V&A for their Baroque show, which was using face tracking technology to generate Baroque masks spontaneously over people's faces. And I think we feel this about a lot of interactive work, is that it needs somehow, you have to put up an instruction manual, or you could do it the wrong way, and people are intimidated by technology in a lot of ways. And we like to just make stuff that makes people smile.
At 1.0 we really like their aesthetic, but also their sense of fun and playfulness that their work generally tends to have. We saw a project that Joel worked on with Leila Snow called Nightlights in New Zealand, which was an interactive public art performance-based show, which is really impressive, and I think that helped us decide that they would be a good match for the project.
We thought, what would we do if we were part of a circus? What can we bring to a circus that those performers can't bring to a circus?
Quite like to be in a circus.
I would like to be in a circus.
The brief for CircusFest was to try and create something that the public could freely interact with and almost perform in front of. So we've created what's essentially a magic mirror.
When we first got the brief from 1.0, we had these kind of visions of da 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 da, you know, like kind of virtual juggling, kind of. Ooh, it's a virtual.
Oh, I've got a clown face.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at this. But we decided, that making something that would augment people's performance, and that a lot of different circus skills could go in front of and find an interesting result, was something that we wanted to play with. And we just found that from previous work, a mirror is such a natural interface for people to understand and get.
You can go from being, cut into slices to your movements becoming little starbursts. It also has facial recognition, so it has this application called the Jawbreaker, which I think is quite good fun.
There's a series of other screens throughout the venue that are going to be displaying the highlights of that, and then a large-scale projection as well, so people outside the Roundhouse are going to be able to see it as well, which should be great for getting some response from the streets and that kind of thing, and hopefully driving more people into the Roundhouse.
The other interesting thing about it is it records some of the performances as stills, and those stills are going to be uploaded to Flickr so that people can actually take a piece of their own performance away with them as well.
We give away everything that we make, and open source is a big part of the things that we do at Hellicar and Lewis, and we think that that's That's an essential part of the modern approach, is to, as we are standing on everyone else's shoulders anyway, let's give back to the group of the people that enabled us to do it in the first place.
Why interactive installation is important to 1.0 is because we see it as a kind of highly developing field of kind of culture, entertainment and technology married into this kind of artistic design package. And I think it's, we've always done elements of it and be part of the kind of mix of the festival, but doing one-off installations allows us to highlight a particular creative or a particular installation in a new venue, a new atmosphere, a new audience. And something like the Decode exhibition at the V&A really showed that it's highly accessible, this kind of work, to a wide audience, both from those technically aware and creatively aware and really in the scene or the area, to those who know nothing about it and wouldn't have thought they'd be interested in it.
It's the thing of trying to get someone into the moment, right? That if you can get someone not thinking about their past or their future but get them into now, that's a very powerful place to be.